Here she comes. Nice.
Whoa! Very nice.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. I felt good about that one.
Yeah, that was solid.
Bass?
Okay.
Rogan liked it.
Ready. So first, we're going to talk about Tana Mongeau and Joey Graceffa. Do you know who Joey Graceffa is?
Of course.
Of course, a YouTube OG.
He's a YouTube OG, and I remember he had this really funny confrontation on TikTok where somebody was like, Joey Graceffa double parked on me.
I don't know about that.
And then he responded like super douchey.
Oh, really? Something about Joey Graceffa that
Found
is...
it.
Talk about your infamous parking.
With Rosanna?
With Rosanna? Oh my God. This is a crossover.
We don't need to go down that rabbit hole
Okay, all
necessarily.
right.
A separate rabbit hole. Joey is very well known for saving dogs.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Really, really great.
Wow.
Saving dogs, helps dogs give birth in his house.
Wow.
He's very,
Well, that's wonderful.
Okay, so little bit about, we know Tana, just told you a little bit about Joey. Joey also created the YouTube Red series, Escape the Night.
That was a big one, right?
It was a big one.
Yeah.
Tana was in that in 2017.
Okay. And it's like a whodunit type of thing?
Yeah, it's like a murder mystery.
Scripted?
I think it's scripted in that they it's not real, but I
Scripted
think
improv?
that there's scripted improv is what it is.
Got it.
In a recent Patreon episode, so this clip isn't public, Tana recounted a story of when she was filming it in 2017. And she said that there was a crew member who, when she was in a room, who bent her pinky back and almost broke it. But more importantly, he harassed her and said she had her hands up they were chained up because she was in the show.
Yeah.
And he turned to her and he said, I would like to have you chained up. And so she told this story on her Patreon. I had never heard this story.
He's gay, right?
Joey? Yeah.
I
This
don't know if
wasn't
that
Joey.
changed it.
Didn't
This was
do this.
a.
This is Joey's
this is like
production
a production
set.
member.
This is a guy who was on set.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, not Joey.
So they're on set. There's a production guy who broke someone's pinky.
So Tana says that he bent her pinky back.
He fucked Tana's pinky up and then
He did.
also made inappropriate remarks to another
did.
person. Okay.
And so that's what Tana said on her Patreon. Joey went on Just Trish afterwards because you never know what can get clipped or what exactly he saw because it was behind a paywall. So you don't know if he saw the entire detailing of the
I
story.
like that move, putting that good shit behind paywall.
That's what Tana does. Yeah.
The top gossip goes behind on Patreon. I love that.
Save the good stuff.
Wait.
We have breaking.
Breaking news.
So because I wasn't on the Patreon, she's saying this just happened. I know she was gonna come back for Escape the Night. I apologize. So
What
I guess
happened?
this just happened. She's not coming back now because they're bringing it back.
So she was going to, but
So I
she had a
guess she was
conflict.
on-
Well, whatever. Who cares,
Okay.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
I have all of the clips where she tells the story publicly, so don't
good.
worry, we'll get
Good,
to
good,
it. She
good.
details it all. So Joey went on Just Trish, and he talked about how Tana had talked about this. However, he didn't acknowledge the harassment. He just talked about the pinky, which a lot of people were
He
upset
acknowledged
about.
that this person hurt Tana.
Well, you'll see
Well,
how
you'll
he
see.
acknowledged
You'll
it.
see.
Okay.
Acknowledge is one way of putting it.
Okay.
It is, however, one might think that it's been handled now
Joey.
after we get through all of the steps. It seems like there was some sort of misunderstanding that took place to give Joey the benefit of the doubt. But I want you to watch all of it.
Okay. Fantastic.
Should we watch the clip now?
Yes.
Somebody says Ethan
my God,
never
I'm
gets
so
the
sorry, you
details.
guys.
I know. I start reading the chat and then I gotta just stop doing that. That's my bad.
Okay, here we go. So this is him on Trisha's podcast.
When Tana brought it up on her podcast, I was like, honestly, whatever. Like, she can complain. Like, it's just bringing attention to the project.
Wait, why is he
So-
being a cat? Why are you being so catty?
I mean,
Do they not like each other or something?
No, they've always been. I mean, he's talked about how she was difficult
Well,
at
it's
the
his
time in
show.
2017.
He's taking it personally.
Yes,
Like it was
exactly.
mismanaged.
But the only thing he's talked about Tana in the past is at the time in 2017, she was not on time a lot, and he's talked about that. But
Well,
they
that's
seem to have
that's what you
a-
get when you invite Tana to be on your show. You know what I mean? Just show. Everybody knows that.
kind of true.
Whatever. Like, she can complain. Like, it's just bringing attention to the project.
Yeah,
so
pretty sure. Can I ask her about it then here?
Sure.
Okay.
You broke her thumb or
permission.
something. What did you do?
Yeah, she broke her finger.
Oh, really?
No.
I can't wait to hear all of
She
it.
did not. She was at an event later that night, so she was clearly fine.
Hold on. What about breaking your finger prohibits you from doing any activity other than like figure painting?
He's alluding to the fact that like she didn't have a cast or like a splint or anything.
It's a finger break.
I agree. Well,
She was at a party that night. She was lying for sure. It's like,
also
what?
fair for her to be telling a story and to be like, he broke my pinky. Like maybe he didn't break it, and maybe it's unfair for her to say that he broke it
No.
if she's gonna make allegations. However, I think it's fair if he hurt her pinky for her to just be like, yeah, he literally like broke my pinky.
If somebody
Was she
hurts your damn
telling it-
pinky, you get to talk about it.
Was she like telling it in a serious way, or how did she present
Yeah,
it?
she was upset about it. You'll see
Yeah.
she talks about it publicly on Canceled, and she went on Just Trish. And
I'll
talked
say
about
this:
it.
I am a friend. I'm friends with Tana, so I'll probably, am biased here, but I do not like Joey.
I think he seems nice. To me, this seems like hopefully it was a misunderstanding.
Is that a Birkin bag just sitting there between them? Is that what that is?
That's the Birkin bag.
What does that mean?
Do you remember from Pride Week? She had that Birkin bag.
Did she bring
at
that
the
on
time of
Frenemies? How much does that Birkin bag cost?
It was a lot, and she's been trying to sell it forever.
Is that why it's there? She's trying to
It's
get
the
rid of
famous
it.
It's like
Birkin.
QVC.
It's for sale, and nobody will buy it. You know how
That's actually surprising.
Those bags are like 6 figures. You know that.
This
Jesus.
one, I'm seeing 40,000.
That's it. She can't sell that. She can't pawn that for 40K.
I'm surprised somebody doesn't want it. Like one
Yeah,
of her
at least
fans.
the memorabilia.
Yeah, right, exactly. For that purpose.
Her fans are broke.
I mean, well, 40,000 is a lot for a bag, let's be real.
Yeah, I mean it's a year's salary for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's
For a bag that is very pretty. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to go there because I wear these watches and I'm just going to own myself.
Right.
Like,
Just
if you-
real quick, I'm seeing. I'm
Exactly.
also seeing a Reddit post that Trisha is selling a 750K Pride Birkin. So
750,000?
that's what this post
Is that what she's trying to sell it for? Because then I
Wait.
can understand no one wanting to buy it.
700 and almost
$1
$1
million
million.
bag?
That can't. That's.
Maybe she's
I
just.
doubt
I mean, I guess somebody might be willing to pay that. For
that might
it,
just
but-
be her clickbait. I don't know.
750. Well, somebody look into that. Let's continue the presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Joey on Just Trish talking about.
Is there more? Should I
Tana
keep
on her
going?
Patreon.
Here, I'll back it up a
Could
little
have
bit.
got me.
Yeah, she broke her finger.
Oh, really?
No.
I can't wait to hear all of
She
it.
did not. She was at an event later that night, so she was clearly fine.
Well,
I'm
she
like,
probably could have gone with a broken finger.
no, it was like I don't.
So I'm
deny
getting
that,
the
like,
sense
her
that Joey
fingernails
didn't
get,
do
like,
anything
bent or whatever.
about this guy, and he's getting defensive because he's invested in being like, no, she's totally exaggerating. This guy was fine.
He does later on clarify that it was taken care of on set in the moment. So that's not necessarily. However, he does seem to be getting a bit defensive.
Yeah, he's getting defensive.
I
kind
think. So sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think you just, when stuff like this is going on, you just have to listen, acknowledge, apologize, which is what he ended up doing. However, not yet.
Okay.
Should I proceed?
Yeah, please.
More of this video? Oops.
Or I don't know, up to Olivia.
I'm just not sure
Whatever,
how
but,
long.
You'll see when it's over. 'cause they
Drama has
cut.
already started.
Yeah.
And then that was.
Oh.
That was 100% stolen from us.
Well, that's just technical difficulties card.
We
didn't
popularized that on YouTube.
We didn't invent that.
I dare you to find one example of that before we did it
Okay.
on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Take a look. All right, so that's that
Yes.
clip.
And then
Dude,
a few
her-
days later, Tana goes on Just Trish and talks about it.
Her
The other
set
side
goes
of the
crazy.
story.
It is
Very
it's
cool.
pretty
I already
strong.
Patreoned about.
All right, one second.
Told you she Patreoned about it.
Smart.
So no, Tana, is this after Joey?
So allegedly, by the way, when she was talking about this on her Patreon, she wasn't supposed to let people know that they were making potentially another season, which might be why Joey's so perturbed.
Wait, why didn't Trisha ride for Tana? They're like friends.
She did. Don't
She
worry.
did? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
About this, I don't know if I podcasted or Patreon, I don't remember, but we're filming all day, whatever, and just always too, like, I love to surf, so I'm in the waist trainer and the gown and the heel, and it's cold, and everyone else has jackets, and of course I don't, and like that's on me. And like I'm obviously, if I said no to anything wardrobe, Joey would change it. I'm not saying that.
I was telling him because he's all like, I can't say anything. I'm like, it's on TikTok. Like I've been following Escape the Night. Okay.
And so it's in this downtown place, essentially, right? And it's like one of these buildings, you know, where it's all the sets on different levels. And the set for Escape the Night was underground in the basement of this building. And I get that it's scary, so that's like what they're going for, you know? But I go down, I have no cell phone service, it's freezing cold, I'm down there, my phone's on like SOS, and like it's creepy as like being down there and shooting and filming
downtown LA,
and just for hours, and like we're running and horror screaming and doing the whole nine, you know, like.
And how long is
running
this?
from these actors, like, and so they have these horror actors, right? Like think like I'm at Universal Studios in a haunted house during Halloween, like guys with chainsaws like chasing you in masks and stuff, like
chainsaws,
yeah, like fake ones, but like don't chase me. And it's scary, like obviously. And so eventually my scene is me. Now I'm just in this room, no cameras. Through the mask, he says to me, he goes, perfect. Like, I've always wanted to have you chained up. And I go, ah!
What?
So this is some extra she doesn't know?
Yeah.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Like not okay. Also, I mean, I was gonna say not Joey's fault, but I guess he's the one who hires people, so maybe.
Not his fault directly that happened, but I mean,
It is his
if you're
set.
told about that, and you
your
have to do
project?
something about it.
He allegedly did.
Okay.
which we'll
all
get
right.
to.
Well, all right. Let's hear
He says that he did.
Someone says, with respect, I did not understand a single word Trisha said. That's why Frenemies was such a hit. I speak Trisha fluently.
Obsessed. I know.
Should I keep going? Or are we...
Yes.
Okay.
Did you just say? And he goes, never mind. Like, I probably shouldn't have said that. Like, whatever. And like, I heard him. And then now he's like laughing to himself because like, he thinks I didn't hear what he said, right? And so I'm just standing there like this, and I can't see this person's face.
Oh
and
my
like,
God.
That is, and it like no cameras. It was in his real voice. He introduced his name. Like he wasn't being an actor. Like, do you know what I mean? It was
That was going to be a question I asked too, but she clarified there that it's like very clearly
Out of character.
out of character. So my initial thought is that, they're doing this like horror movie thing, and if he's like in character, improvising, that's one thing. But if it's just Steve talking to you, there's no cameras, that's a totally inappropriate thing to say.
some real shit. And like, I leave and, I tell like everyone in there, like, you know me, like just immediately I'm going to tell people because I just think that's so not okay. And like, again, Joey was amazing. Everyone was amazing about it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then it did scare me. It scared the out of me because I feel like normally I'm not the type of person for things like that to scare me on a normal set, but I'm alone and like far from everyone.
And it's not
and
a
like,
YouTube Red production. This is more independent.
Yes.
So are you doing background checks? Are you doing, you know what I mean? Like, and most people don't do background checks on actors, right?
Where's the
100%.
conflict?
So-
Because Tana said Joey was good.
She did say Joey was good. So Tana followed this up on Canceled Podcast by calling Joey out because it's potentially she didn't see his response on Just Trish yet.
Oh.
So this is last week on the Canceled Pod.
oh my God, I want to talk about Joey Graceffa.
Okay.
And I'm not even kidding you. We have enough podcasts to move over to the Patreon, but like I specifically want to bring this to the front lines.
Yes.
Okay. And maybe I'm going to regret this and it'll end up getting clipped for the Patreon. We'll see. But I think I have been way too nice about how people act toward me when I talk about something bad that has happened to me at the hands of a man. And I made light of it, and I was like, it didn't deeply bother me for me personally. With the Cody Ko shit, I've already talked about that. Like, with people being like, well, it's Tana, so she deserved it. You know what I mean? Like, that never bothered me so much for me because I'm healed and I don't need people's validation, but it bothered me so much thinking about my young fans out there who have maybe gone through something traumatic and then they see comments like that and then they're afraid to speak up in their own environments.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it just societally, and it does, it doesn't hurt my feelings personally, but it does kind of make me angry because it's like I have just the right to speak out about something as everyone, like anyone else does, right? And I talked about my experience on Escape the Night with you on Patreon. And even that, like, I left it on the Patreon because I was like, I am going to talk about this because this was an awful experience with a man in Los Angeles that I had. And I think it's important to speak up about these things. And I really was so incredibly uncomfortable on that set due to those men. It has nothing to do with Joey. I went above and beyond as well to still say that, like, I love Escape the Night and I love Joey and it had nothing to do with him.
She did say that.
And so on and so forth, right? Like, I think that I was very clear in separating the two things, that I did not think what that man said to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was Joey's fault. However, it still happened and whatever. And then he ends up breaking my pinky. And it's like,
how the fuck did he break her pinky?
I think these were separate incidents, right?
The same guy?
Same guy.
That's bizarre.
I assumed that it's like he was doing his like creepy stuff. And maybe,
Why would
like,
Joey call her a liar about injuring her pinky? It's her pinky finger.
Well,
she was at a party, dude, with a broken pinky. What?
Yeah, I think she says that like she had her hand, it was accidental, and that he apologized.
Yeah.
So she didn't even mean to be like calling him out in that way. I think what upset her was Joey's response to it.
Yeah,
he called her a liar for no
how he
reason.
was minimizing it.
Him not acknowledging the harassment, I think, is what the big mistake was. Like, if you're gonna talk about it, talk about the extent
the more serious
of, yes,
allegation.
like both are serious
Yeah.
things. However, the reason why she talked about it was because she was made so uncomfortable on that set. So let's acknowledge it.
I mean, it is weird that the
like,
same guy
very,
broke her
very-
pinky.
Maybe because it was like handled offline. Like, she says that she told people, Joey says that he was made aware and like made sure that they weren't in the same like room at all anymore.
Why not just
So
fire him?
maybe Joey's like, why would you make this public?
But who gives a fuck?
But
She has every right
they're
to.
both YouTubers, I guess. So like,
He's being a baby. That he's not being professional. All right, let's keep going.
Awful day, an awful experience for me, you know what I mean? And just being fucking fake chained up in a meat freezer, and a guy is telling you completely off camera that he would love to have you chained up like this with a fucking mask with horns on, and no people are 100 feet away.
Yeah.
And again, just the mental state of thinking, like, what if that was Rosanna Pansino instead of me? What if that was just someone who didn't come at the guy back? What would have happened? My phone's on SOS. It was a very scary, awful situation. And then Joey Graceffa goes on Just Trish and says, and I quote, "When Tana brought it up on her podcast, I was like, honestly, whatever. She can complain. It's bringing attention to the project."
That's a real quote.
That's
Why
a
did
real
he say
quote.
that?
That is crazy.
Why was he so? He had no reason to be so defensive and mean about it, and to call her a liar. Ooh.
yeah, it's interesting.
What's
that on
going
Just-
on, Joey?
Trish, that's like a really bold choice.
And I understand that I'm always on a rant and a tangent, but once again, it's infuriating to me.
You were so specific about like not making it was you love him. It had nothing to do with him. It's not his
true.
fault. So like hello, normal response. Like I am so upset and like sorry
writing
that
it off
happened.
as complaining is crazy. And then almost like diminishing like the pinky thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what he said to Trisha exactly, if it was like, ask her how her pinky is. And it's like, okay, but this man who just like literally verbally, is that sexual assault?
It's harassment. I think.
Sexual harassment. This man who just sexually harassed me on a set, then just like broke my pinky. Like, that shit fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's...
Why does he? Is this someone he know? Like, why is he not just fire this guy? If he's just like a
Right.
random extra.
Well, he did handle it. You'll see it in his.
He handled it.
I don't.
He's
You'll
dead
see.
now.
He's dead. That's what I'm hearing too.
He's long gone. But he gave after this episode, Oscar from Just Trish reached out to Joey because he used to work for him, and he was like, "Do you have anything you would like to say about the situation?" He gave Oscar a statement to read. Which,
Okay.
So dramatic.
Oh, ass and so annoying.
Yeah,
and then
smash
just,
your pinky,
and like
Joey.
I
Yeah.
also have a podcast, and you know that when inviting me on, and I would have never said anything. I would have never, you know what I mean, even brought it up until it came out, had that not happened. But like, that fucking happened to me. And once again, had that been so many young, sweet YouTubers and influencer girls I know, that situation could have very easily gone so differently because they're not necessarily as outspoken of people as me. Even I found myself so afraid in this situation that I almost like fawned to the man, you know? So it's like, to write that off as just complaining is like
it's
so
worse.
fucking
It's
bad.
worse
How
than
to-
that. I don't think she's actually watched it. He said you're lying.
Did he say that?
Yeah. She said he broke his pinky. Is that true? And he's like, no. She went to a party tonight.
She didn't break her pinky. She went to a
party
thing
tonight.
that night. Yeah, I mean, I guess he didn't say like liar.
He didn't explicitly say that, but I mean,
He's
that is the
insinuating
implication of what he's saying.
He's minimizing it to defend himself and his show.
Which is weird because I don't feel like he was really okay. All right.
I'd like to think it was a mistake because he corrected himself. It was a mistake though.
I don't like Joey.
I don't like that for sure.
Joey's done. He's been done.
His name's hard to spell.
We're gonna.
I'd never heard of him before, but when I typed out the title today, I flipped the R in the.
So easy. I don't know. I don't know why you think it's tough.
It's just, I spelled it wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Graceffa.
And
so what else? What else?
To
we
add
got?
on to his name, apparently Shad is saying that he's friends with Colleen Ballinger.
No. You at least used to be allegedly, not anymore.
Okay, so used to be allegedly be friends with Ballinger.
Well, he was.
Well, I mean, used to. It doesn't really matter, depending on how long.
I used to be a mega fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We all used to be a lot of
okay,
things.
so what happens next?
So now Joey gives Oscar a statement to read on Just Trish.
Okay.
You texted.
I just reached out for a statement, and because I was like, I guess I should get his side. It came to me like last evening. I was like,
a journalist.
I should just text him. Yeah. I said, can you give Just Trish an exclusive statement in response to Tana? He said, I sent Tana a text. I don't see why she can't handle things offline. I apologize to her for how I talked about it on the pod, though, and I was just being playful.
No, you weren't. That's a lie. He was not being playful. He was being a dick.
Tana's been hurt by a lot of people and put me in the same boat of people who have
Why?
wronged her with people with bad intentions, but I genuinely feel bad and was shocked by her reaction.
Why?
And I instantly texted her. And we also handled it on set too. So I think talking about probably with that guy.
But she wasn't blaming him. But now I am kind of blaming him now that he's getting so defensive. It's like, why are you getting so defensive about it?
Yeah,
He covered it up. I'll call it. He covered up the pinky break.
Pinky break. I think I'm trying to see it from like all perspectives, obviously. And I think that if it's a project that's like, it shouldn't matter. I don't know. It shouldn't matter. If someone on your set has a poor experience, it's your responsibility.
Well, certainly. And also, I mean, I apologize. Maybe we haven't finished the statement, but is he not still sidestepping the sexual harassment here? It just seems like he's still talking about the pinky stuff with what he's saying.
Did he address?
Because he says,
Well,
I was
she's
surprised
been
by her
hurt
reaction
by-
because he's making it sound like I thought it was just kind of a playful thing. I didn't know you'd be so mad about it.
I took him saying, like, I think a lot of people have hurt Tana and she's grouping me in with people who had poor intentions. I think that's him acknowledging that.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's pretty vague.
It's very vague. And like
he is sidestepping.
The issue to me is that it seems like he was aware that this incident included sexual harassment and he was exclusively talking about her pinky getting hurt. And now in this statement, I'm still not really hearing any acknowledgement of that.
He's insecure about his response. That's why he's getting defensive.
Yeah.
Guilty.
But that said, maybe we didn't hear his whole response, so maybe I'm jumping to a conclusion here. Well, let me see.
Like
There's more.
when Tana told them about the harassment and stuff. She said, they
Yeah, I
also
guess that's
handled
it.
it on set too. So I think, and I instantly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was a very good statement. Personally.
Well, I think Joey's coming out like fat L's all around.
Yeah.
So she was invited to do the show and now she's not doing it?
No.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Who else is going to be in it? Glozella? Tyler Oakley?
That's your like go-to.
Glozella?
Who's Glozella?
She's the girl with the green.
It's just Glozell. I know who it is, and it's your favorite.
It's going to be Glozell, Tyler Oakley, and Damn Eats or whatever his name. I don't know.
Base?
Like what the fuck? I'm genuinely curious. Who's in that new season?
Base?
James Charles, maybe. Throw
There
him
you
in
go.
there.
James Charles would be awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe Jonah from David Dobrik.
People are saying we should have the Pinky call in to get their side of the story, or maybe we could just text the Pinky and get a statement of some kind.
Yeah, I mean, if one of you guys would step up like Oscar, then I wouldn't even.
I'll text the Pinky tonight.
Yeah.
I'm happy to.
I'll
Happy.
also do it.
Yeah, why don't we? We'll try every angle. Try email too.
All hands on deck.
Yeah.
All pinkies on deck.
I'll look it up.
Oh yeah, Tyler was shitting on me. Did we talk about that?
We did last Friday.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Listen, I love Glozell too, and like Cinnamon Challenge and cool and that, all that awesome. But like, I'm just saying, she's not that. She's just not pulling that many eyeballs to, you know what I mean? To put it nice. What is she going to do? The Cinnamon Challenge? Is that going to be one of the nights?
I'd watch
This
it
is
as
so
many times as
2013
possible.
coded right now.
Yeah, Colleen Ballinger is going to be on there. Justine. I think Justine is. she's still doing something with
she's still
tech.
kicking.
Yeah, she's still doing it.
Okay.
The Shaytards. Damn Drops. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to come down too hard on my boy Damn Drops either. I don't know if he's still doing his thing. Joey Salads maybe would make an appearance.
Oh yeah.